everybody. Welcome to Let's Be Blunt, a podcast about living and loving everything Blount County, Tennessee.
We're your hosts, Brett Hepner and Eric Rice, the property dads at LeConte Realty, and we're excited to talk more about this great place we call home.
All right, so this is kind of a fun setup here. We're at Country Manor Acres in Townsend, Tennessee.
We love Townsend.
And we love Townsend. We have to say that every time we mention Townsend. But we're joined by the owners, Jeff and Nicole Jopling, and we're sitting right in the middle of their wedding venue. We're going to hear all about this, but the fact that we are sitting sort of indoor, outdoor, and at a wedding venue and a horse farm and in Townsend with the owners makes me really, really happy. So anyway, Jeff and Nicole, thanks for joining us on Let's Be Blunt.
Yes.
We appreciate you guys. Yeah.
Sunny and 65. If we could do that all year long, we'd be outside doing these things all the time.
Day.
So
For sure. That's right.
Yeah.
So, you know, we usually start our podcast this way, just to try to get to know folks, but we'd love to know what your connection with Blount County is, and maybe start with your personal connection. You've been here a while. Mm-hmm. You've not been here a while, but not as long.
Right.
But then also a little bit about the property's connection to Blount County and how long it's been along. So I'll let you go, Jeff.
Yeah. So I have been here for about as long as I can remember, but I'm originally from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. My parents moved us here when I was 8 years old in 1989. And
now when you say here, you mean
to
here,
this property,
this spot
where
right
you're
here.
sitting right now. Yes.
That's amazing.
When we first moved here, there was nothing here. Mom and Dad built all the cabins, that built this barn. And this has been nothing but a labor of love the entire time we've been here. And you know, our connection to Blount County is just that originally when we came here, Mom and Dad were just wanting to get out of South Florida. We had they had a catering company down in Florida where they used to do these huge caterings for 20,000 people for Eastern Airlines and Pan Am Airlines and Siemens Corporation and like all kinds of huge companies. But it was not very conducive to raising children. And so like I spent a lot of my early years when we were still in Florida living at my grandparents' house just because Mom and Dad were so busy. Mm-hmm. So they finally were able to start deciding, okay, we're going to get out of South Florida. And we went on a series of vacations. And the last vacation, they were about to give up. And the last vacation, we went to the Kentucky Horse Park. Uh-huh. And while we were there, Dolly Parton had just bought Silver Dollar City. Okay. And so somebody said, hey, you should take your son down to this new place called Dollywood. And so, and on your way, take Highway 321. It's a much more scenic route. And so we came through towns, and it must have been like, July, and there were people riding horses down the highway. There were people tubing in the river.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and so Mom and Dad were like, yep, this is it. This is where we're going. And so, they bought this farm, sold their company down in Florida, and Blount County was it. I mean, after touring the entire United States looking for something else to do, somewhere else to go, and this is where they settled on. So
somebody gave you really good, or your parents really good advice.
For sure.
Go to Dollywood, take 321.
Yeah.
And this was, what, 89?
This is 89.
It was a little different then.
Very different.
Talk about the peaceful side of the Smokies.
Yeah. It was real peaceful back then. And we rode through town, and they had the little Townsend Saddle Club, and like literally people were riding horses down the highway. And how I long for that. I wish Townsend was still that peaceful,
Yeah, right. I think a lot of people do.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so that's your history. We need to get Nicole involved here.
Yep.
When did you enter the picture? I love asking couples their meeting story.
Well, I moved here 12 years ago, I think now. And I actually moved here to train horses. I worked at a big farm in Louisville. And the plan was to stay 4 years, go back home, and open up my own business. 2 years into it, I met Jeff. at 2 doors down.
Yeah. There's a song in there somewhere.
Yep.
We met the old-fashioned way in a bar.
And then
Someone else here met their spouse in a bar. I don't know who that is. Maybe you need to get
But yeah, no, we met and got married 2 years later. And then when I was expecting our first, that's when the shift kind of went to the farm. I think we both realized that I was just as crazy as he was, and he was just as crazy as I was, and we all wanted to keep the land, his mom included. And so we just dove in and started all these businesses on the same piece of land. And subsequently, they all work pretty well together for the most part.
Yeah, for the most part.
And you say you moved here 12 years ago from where?
California. Yep.
Okay. So you grew up out there and came this way.
Yeah.
And, we tell people, because we talk to everybody we talk to, we talk about all the folks that are moving this way. And it's one of the reasons we started this podcast, because so many people were moving this way and didn't have any idea about what, was really in East Tennessee. But then also we realized there's a lot of people who've been here forever that really don't know what's going on, and that, like, sort of Blount County passing them by almost. And so we just want to share Blount County with everybody. And so they bring, everybody brings their ideas and their, great things about how they grew up, and makes Blount County even better. Yeah. And that's been my experience.
Yeah, no, I mean, I had no intention of staying. I mean, the plan was 4 years and then move back home. But I love this area. I mean, we are primarily in Townsend every day, all day. But it's such a great place.
So why 4 years?
That's when I just felt like I could master my trade and open up my own business. I was
back in California?
Yeah, absolutely. But that's just wasn't in the cards.
See, yeah. I have a very similar story. Mine's a little quicker, because I was going to be here. I transferred here with a job and was going to be here a year, and met my wife 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later. And so that was 33 years ago. Yeah. So it's been a while.
You just roll with it, you know?
Yeah.
We also have had a few vacationers that have settled here. Like we've had several folks on that said that was their connection.
Oh yeah,
because they came here on vacation, or they came here to do other things. One was actually training or showing horses. In the area.
Really?
Yes.
Oh
Amanda
my gosh,
Myers
how funny.
From Amanda Myers. Sorry,
stay up there.
Amanda Myers from RT Lodge, who's running the spa there at RT Lodge. That's what she did growing up. They showed horses and came to this area and wound up here. So, and she was from, I think, Fort Lauderdale.
Wow.
I think she was from, So it's a lot of great connections, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
People converging on East Tennessee.
Yeah.
So Jeff, when your family bought the place, is the acreage the same as when they bought it?
No. The acreage is not the same, and oh boy, it's a really long story to get into how we are the iteration of what we are today. But no, it was originally 40 acres, and then they bought 30 and sold 12, and then sold 10, and so now
it's like a math problem.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. It's we're now at, I think it's like right at 50 acres is what we have now. So
okay, and then you said they built the cabins. There are cabins here.
Yes, we have a total of 5 rental cabins, and then the building we're in is our wedding venue and barn, and the upstairs is an Airbnb rental as well. Yeah, and then we also have our little bed and breakfast up on the hill. So
you have, at least I've heard, 4 businesses on the property. Is that right? Is that about?
Yes.
Your Airbnb, your cabins, or your.
Well, there's 3 main businesses.
Okay.
The 3 main businesses is lodging is one of them, and with the cabins and the bed and breakfast, and then the wedding venue. And the wedding venue is pretty much, my mom pretty much runs that. We all jump in and help and assist with that.
We are the labor.
Yeah, we're the
labor for sure.
Yeah. But also the services we do, like the photography and videography.
I'm the florist.
That's right.
Lovely.
And then the horseback riding, that is almost exclusively Nicole.
Okay.
So yeah.
And what kind of horseback ride? I read. Well, I'll let you answer that first, because I had Question. Sorry.
Yeah.
And I'm like being my wife now. 4 questions ago, you asked me this, but what kind of horseback riding do you do here?
Well, here we do trail rides, and then I teach lessons. And then we'll do like kids summer camps once or twice a summer. I will take an occasional training horse. Just kind of depends on what my schedule's like, what's kind of going on. But we're just pretty flexible. I wanted to get back to loving the horse, because as you create you have a passion, and then you make it your income, your livelihood, and it changes it a little bit for you. And so I can, like 7 days a week, I'm out here from sunrise to sunset, and I love those animals. So whether it's teaching kids, whether it's lessons, whether it's the trails or training. I took my daughter to a horse show this past weekend. It was awesome. We're just back to wanting to share the love of the horse.
Yeah.
Great. So you say lessons, like this is throwing back to a little bit of my vocabulary with my daughter, dressage and jumping, or
it can be really anything. That is one thing. Like as a kid, I saw so many of my peers get out of it because the barn was so focused on a particular thing. And so I have one gal that's been riding with me for a few years now, and she shows a saddle seat horse. My daughter does mostly hunter, but she's switched into saddle seat some. I've done some dressage. I kind of let the kids tell me. Like I have one that just wants to come out, learn how to be safe, and just go on trail rides. And that's cool. You know, like my Perry, our daughter, did barrels the other weekend. So yeah, we're in it to see what do you like? How can I help you be safe doing that?
Wait a minute.
Just
barrels, like barrel racing?
Yeah, like barrel racing.
As a 6-year-old.
As a 6-year-old.
Because you didn't mention she's
yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, she's feral. But she loves it.
That's awesome, though, that you can pass that love down, because
Yes.
obviously she did ride by on a horse.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
As we were just getting started, and so she obviously loves it as well.
She does. She does. And our 3-year-old is getting on and getting comfy too.
Yeah.
So, yeah. We were setting up for a wedding the other day, and out in the far distance, we see Perry, our daughter, on her horse, and our son is behind her holding on to her. And they're just roaming the 50 acres on their horse. And it's like, well,
What could possibly go wrong?
Right.
this one's cool.
We may cut that part.
But it's magic. I mean,
is magic.
who grows up that way?
Nobody grows up that way. I'm like, if you could, really, I think most people would just bubble wrap their kids.
I know.
And,
Yeah.
We can't bubble wrap ours.
Yeah. No.
They
And-
would not do well.
Yeah, but what's funny is that we see people all the time that say, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe you're letting your kids ride that young." But it's like, listen, 100 years ago, every 6-year-old
That's right.
probably knew how to do
Oh,
this.
yeah.
So it's
Yeah. They were made to do that.
Exactly.
They didn't have a choice.
right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, if you wanted to get to school, you're probably going to ride your pony or walk or whatever. So
That's awesome. So, and the other question that I had about horses, though, because I read on your website where you had some rescue horses.
Yeah.
Is that correct? Tell us about that, because that was really interesting to me.
Yeah, so that is something we started doing 6 years ago. And we've done just about a rescue a year. There are kill pens all over the U.S. And it's tragic. It's heartbreaking. I will say there's been so much awareness brought out that it's less often that you see them get sent to slaughter. And we've had some really easy cases. We've had some more challenging cases. But like now I've got 6 rescues that do trail rides. I have some that work more than others, some that want to work more than others. And then I have some that just come out like once or twice a week, and that's great.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, that's amazing that horses that would normally just be, like you said, sent to slaughter or thrown away or, cast aside, whatever.
Yeah.
They're still useful and they're
Absolutely.
a part of the whole family here.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's important to note, though, that we are not like a nonprofit kind of organization. I mean, we're just a family business, and we, Nicole just follows some of these kill pens online, and we'll see one, like we have a big Belgian horse named Daisy, and Nicole had seen her.
I feel like that one was on you.
She sent me the Facebook post and was like, "Hey, what do you think of this one?" And I was like, we've never had a Belgian, a draft horse or anything. Let's try it.
Yeah.
You know, and she's turned out to be wonderful.
Yeah.
But you know, it's not like we're not like
You're not out looking.
yeah,
necessarily.
we're not like Horsehaven of Tennessee or something like that.
I wish I could be.
Yes. Yes.
Next business number 4.
Yeah, exactly.
That's amazing. What
Yeah.
you do. And again, it's one of those things that, you know, you could have grown up in Blount County and never know that this place was out here, or that you're doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
So we've talked about all kinds of opportunities so far for the community.
Yeah.
So you obviously have a horse barn out here somewhere on the property. How many horses do you have?
We've got 15. Well, we actually own 16 right now, but we have 15 on site. We are trying to get a new barn built this summer, so we can grow a little bit more. But because it is primarily just myself doing that sort of stuff, I feel pretty full around that number. Give or take, you know, I'd be okay growing and.
It's a lot of big animals.
There goes your 6-year-old riding. Yeah.
leading the charge out there.
Turn the camera.
Mackenzie trying to keep up with her.
Yeah, basically. So yeah, it's been great. But we're also just seeing how it goes. Like the summer camps, we did 2 last year, and we had 8 kids and then 15 kids. This year, my trail riding program has become so popular that I can only do 1 summer camp this year.
Okay.
So kind of a bummer. But, you know, I've got 15 horses, and mine do not work all day. Like, they come out once or twice, and then they go out to pasture. So we have to be very strategic about how we do stuff.
Yeah. The reason I asked the number is because when my horse lover, who is now fully grown, was, I don't know, for her 6th birthday, I think we did a trail ride with the family. So you can do that, like groups of people up to 15, I guess.
Well, I can do I'm comfortable doing up to 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's a lot of people.
Well, and I
around.
have a couple that are just my troublemakers.
My wife swears that her horse, this is 20 years ago, tried to knock her off several times, like going by limbs and things. Like, I don't think so.
You never know.
But one thing that's an important distinction is that we're not like a regular riding stable that's just open to the public all the time.
Correct.
We only do private rides,
Yep.
private guided rides, and everything is by appointment. Because since it's just mostly Nicole, myself, that everything, we know who's coming and when they're coming so that we can schedule our babysitter. We can, it's, we're not like a huge operation that's just open to the public all the time.
Yeah.
So,
You got life going on.
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, and so let's talk about a couple your other 2 businesses. The lodging. I mean, this place is beautiful. It's a incredible. I would think an incredible place to stay.
Yeah.
Can people just Airbnb it online and come and stay here, or do they have to be a part of the wedding?
No. The weddings, a lot of our wedding guests will book the whole farm and all the lodging to do that. But no, most of our customers are Airbnb and VRBO customers that just find us online. And it's funny because Airbnb and VRBO are platforms where, you rent a cabin, and they get here and they're like, oh, this is like a whole thing.
Right.
You're used to just getting a cabin and this is your space. But once they get here, they're like, oh, wow, we have really like 64 acres to explore. And, you have chickens just running around. You can go collect eggs. And, it becomes this whole experience for everybody. And we have a lot of return customers.
I would imagine so. And you're like 2 minutes from towns. I mean, you feel like you're out in the middle of nowhere when you pull off the highway there.
Highway.
But highway. Yeah, it is highway.
The towns and interstates.
It's really easy.
But it's really easy to get.
Yeah.
So, and I would say that, and there's some great places to stay right along 321 as you're coming in and out of Townsend. But you take 1-2 turns maybe, and you're
here.
in the out here in the country, and it's beautiful.
That's the charm of it.
And people ask us like, well, how far are you from the grocery store? How far are you from the center of town? And I describe everything as like 90 seconds.
Are you walking? Or are you,
and it's probably more than 90 seconds, but I feel like describing distance in terms of seconds really underscores how close it is.
Sure. And it's Townsend, so you can be on the outskirts of Townsend and get to the other side of Townsend in about 120 seconds.
Exactly. Exactly.
So moving to, I guess, the wedding venue, because I find wedding venues fascinating because there are more than you think.
Oh, yeah.
Because of exactly what it's like. There's a great place in it, but it is tucked away.
Yeah.
That you have to find it.
Yep.
So tell me about capacity and like the history of it and all that.
So the capacity is 200 plus. We can accommodate 200 plus people. The history of it, though, is kind of funny. Nowadays, if you have an old farm, an old barn, you have a wedding venue. I mean, the county is. I mean, there's tons of wedding venues because everybody that has an old farm, hey, we could make some extra money doing this. Yeah. We as a family never sat down and said, hey, we should go into the wedding business. This was our horse barn. We're sitting in what used to be our horse barn. And somewhere around 2001, 2, 3, we had 3 girls the first year call us randomly and just, hey, can we get married in your barn? So there must have been a Hallmark movie. I don't know. I don't know what happened because people used to get married in churches and hotel ballrooms and all that. And year 1 we had 3 weddings, and year 2 we had 4, and finally by about year 5 we decided, okay, we're going to have to build a new horse barn and kick the horses out and concrete the floor and make it a thing. Yeah. But
so it doesn't sound like maybe you didn't decide to do a wedding venue. Somebody decided for you.
I think
it was decided. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
The universe decided.
We're coming, so
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was. The joke around here is that I didn't go to Maryville College to learn what robin's egg blue was, but here we are.
And you guys, and you mentioned that, but you've mentioned before, but we started recording too. You're also the AV guy and the designer and the floor. Yeah, you do it all.
We do all the stuff. Yeah, because there's not. You can't make a living in the wedding business as just being the venue. It's really hard. So you have to you have to add in all those services. And for us, like I do probably 70% of our photography now, but I didn't go to school to be a photographer. But after doing it now for 20 years, I'm a professional photographer too. Didn't mean to be, but here we are.
And how many weddings will you do this summer, or how many have you done in the last couple of? I say summer, but it's probably 3 seasons.
Yeah, spring, summer, fall is we try to top out. Like when we get to 25, we just stop advertising.
Oh gosh,
it's a lot. It's a lot.
It's
a lot because it's the rehearsal dinner the night before. The one we did 2 weeks ago. They took over the whole farm for 5 days.
4 or 5 days.
And we did horse rides for everybody and a barbecue cookout and, rehearsal dinner up at the main house.
Wagon rides.
Yeah. And so it's like a thing, it's an event. It's a multi-day thing. And so one wedding can quickly escalate to
several events. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's a question. We never asked it. Where do you live? Do you live here?
No.
We don't live on the
You
farm.
do. I don't know if you do or not.
Yes. Hours-wise, yes.
Yes.
Where do you
absolutely.
sleep, I guess?
We live 90 seconds from here.
We live in Townsend.
Yeah.
We live down on the river. So everything on the farm, we just committed to that's how we're going to keep the farm.
Yep. Yeah, everything has to pay for itself. Yeah, everything has to pay for itself, or else you can't be in business. I think most people that own a big piece of land like this are either independently wealthy, and we are struggling to figure out how to do that.
Yeah, I really want to know how.
How do you just figure that out?
I really want to know.
Yeah, but for us, everything has to pay for itself. So here comes our dog. The horses have to pay for themselves. The lodging has to pay for itself. The weddings have to pay for themselves just to make it all work. So,
a lot of times when we get toward the end of an interview, we ask people what it is that we haven't asked you that you want to talk about. But in this situation, your niece, Mackenzie, your niece?
She's my cousin.
Cousin?
Yeah.
She's the one that suggested this, so we kind of showed. It's like a surprise to all of us that we showed up here. So I don't know if you have. I don't know that there is an answer to what you want to tell everybody because we kind of sprung ourselves on you.
We did. Sorry about that.
No,
we show up and you're like, who are you?
we knew someone was coming, so we were. We had the golf cart ready.
Yeah. We like sharing what we do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Anything that you would want to tell folks that we hadn't covered that that you guys do, or how to get in touch with you, and
that's a good
how
one.
to
Yeah,
schedule your events.
The website is countrymanorakers.com, and they can, if they're interested in lodging, they click on the lodging tab and they can see all of our accommodations. If they want a horseback ride, they click on that and book a horseback ride. And wagon rides, we do other events too, like we have one that's called Cozy Evening on the Farm. And basically, folks can come and we have the fire pit lighted, and we take them around on a wagon ride. And then every night we have what we call the stampede. So the horses are all out in the horse pasture. And when it's time for dinner, we just open the horse pasture gate, and the horses all stampede right through here and run back to their stalls.
Because they know where they're going. So it's time to eat.
Yeah. And
So that's pretty cool, probably for
and
most people who hadn't seen that.
Yeah, everybody loves watching that, so it becomes part of the event.
Yeah.
And then we have other events too that we do. We're just starting our Townsend coffee wagon. So like in the mornings, we'll have the wagon down on the river and take people down like by the train museum and drink coffee and just see Townsend that way by horseback by wagon ride. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
would be awesome.
Yeah.
I've never even considered that before.
And that's coming from a guy who doesn't drink coffee.
That's true. Yeah, I just want to get on the wagon and go.
Yeah. We could do decaf.
Yeah, Mountain Dew is his.
Oh, well, that's okay. Okay, so it's not a caffeine thing. It's
No. Yeah, it's just hot, bitter, and we can't get into it.
Understood. We also, my dream is to also do like this Little River pub crawl is kind of what I'm thinking, where basically you have the Abbey and you have the Social, and we just take people back and forth by wagon between the two,
sure.
Back there on the river.
Don't forget Company down there.
Yeah, there's Company Distillery. There's also Little River Pub.
The
there's
problem,
a big stretch.
I know, and I want to do that so badly, but the problem is there's no back road to get you to those.
That's
so true. You'd have to get out on the highway, and the police department doesn't really want horses and wagons on the highway.
They'd probably prefer
slow traffic
that
down.
than to. Yeah,
I know. Well, valid. I mean, they allow Broncos, so why not Belgians and wagons, right?
I think it's just maybe the mix of vehicles and horses is probably not the best thing, but
yeah,
that's good. Brett, you got anything else, sir?
I hope we've shared enough to get people's curiosity because these places are. Eric said it at the beginning, and I said we love Townsend, and to be able to do what you just said, 90 seconds from here is. That's cool. When you come here, you don't have to be here alone. You can be out there and come back here. So love it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, definitely for all of our 7 or 8 listeners, watchers out there, they should definitely give you guys a call or go to your website and
in addition to the website, though,
out.
I assume there's social media as well.
Facebook.
I'm trying really hard to get better on social media.
Come on, what else do you have to do?
I know. I really want to do like a story on every horse and that sort of stuff. But when I think my cell phone number is on the website, if not the office number is, but just call myself.
Okay.
Wow. Careful.
Yeah, you said it.
It'll explode now because they'll let people want listeners. Right?
That's right. You got a big following.
We like it the old-fashioned way. Just give us a call.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, good deal. Well, Jeff and Nicole, thank you really seriously for having us out here.
Thank
I know
you.
we kind of sprung this on you, but what a beautiful venue, and we're looking forward to maybe a quick tour.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, we can do the Stampede too.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later.
Yeah, we'll give you the Stampede.
Oh,
We'll
awesome.
get it on film.
Yeah.
Yes, we will.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Thanks.
Absolutely.
Having a snack. Is that an Irish setter?
Another find.
Hey, let's pat ourselves on the back for finding such great guests.
And a chance for us to go to Townsend, which we're in for.
Always in for. Yes.
Yeah. It's a cool place.
We could have spent more time there. We had to get back, and so we couldn't spend as much time in Townsend as we wanted to. But yeah, what a great place that was.
Yeah, and it we also had a little bit of reception when I think it turned out okay. We'll see how this goes. But
hey, that's when when you're in the country, in the mountains, then you're probably going to have some reception issues.
I thought you were going to say when you're in the business, like we're in the business, you know. Oh,
Yeah, when you're in the biz like us, you got to learn to. Yeah, you got to roll with the punches on those things. But
yeah,
super great couple.
I tried to insert a couple of videos in between if people were wondering what, like, as we referenced it,
Yeah,
because he took us around. It's funny, we get the best stuff before and after we start recording. Sometimes
I know. When we're just chatting it up with them, and they're like, "Yeah, we should have hit record."
Yeah, so we went up the hill, and it looks out. You mentioned it. It looks out the other way. You're not looking back into the Smokies. You're looking into some more of the foothills, I guess.
Yeah.
You could see the new part of the Foothills Parkway.
Yeah,
Like a little ribbon in the mountain up there.
yeah.
But yeah, it's just, I mean, anything. The foothills are just, yeah.
Stunning property, and I'm so glad that they were able to save that property and to preserve it and to use it the way that they're using it. And again, with the passion of what people do. Like, I mean, you could tell when Nicole starts talking about horses, her like whole demeanor starts changing and her face lights up. And I mean, it's obviously she's doing what she really loves to do.
Yep.
And we got to see the Stampede, which was.
We did.
I hope we're able to plug that in, but if we're not, just trust us. It was cool, and if you ever get to stay, you'll get to see the Stampede at the end of the day.
And like we were just talking about before we started recording this, is horses are big, strong, majestic animals, and then there's the Belgian,
and then there's the Belgian.
My question, this is to give people maybe some references. I said, "Is that a Clydesdale?" He said, "No, it's the Belgian." It's like, okay, it's big, whatever it is.
It's like horses are big anyway. And then and then like, oh, that's a big horse. But what is that thing? I mean, it's just twice the size. Yeah. Had some beautiful horses.
And he mentioned that, like, on when you go to Airbnb, and it's a great point that he made, that he said, you go to Airbnb and you rent something and you get to go there and stay there and sleep and get out the next day. You rent this place on an Airbnb and you go there and it's like, oh, there's like horse stuff going on. There's a outdoor fire and there's all kinds of things to do in addition to just staying there and the view.
Yeah. By the way, what did you call him? Did you call him Phil?
Joe. I didn't.
Well, no. Because it's Jeff.
Jeff. Yeah. That's what I said. I said Jeff.
Oh, okay, good.
I don't think I did. I don't know what I said.
It could have been. I mean,
he's
not going to mind. He would be like, yeah, Joe.
Jeff and Nicole.
Bill, Jeff, whatever. Yeah, Jeff and Nicole.
Yeah. And also, special shout out, if we're going to, shout out to people. Mackenzie, who works in our office, cousin of, which one is she a cousin of?
Of Nicole.
Of Nicole's, yeah. And said, hey, you need to go talk to these people.
You need to go talk to these guys. And she was right.
She was right. It was well worth it.
Hey, should we also give a special shout out to...
Look at that thing.
Look at that.
Wait. I got some kind of... Hold on. This is going to be wrong the first time, but I'll try the first one. Yeah, that was maybe more appropriate.
No.
That's a good one.
No, it's good. I kind of like the first one.
They're all good.
But Robert Berlin of Blount County Business News had a nice write-up in the April edition. If you haven't checked out the Blount County Business News, it's really a great publication. It's got a lot of great info, and there it is. That's the front cover. But go to what is it? I don't want to mess this up. bcbiznews.com. B-I-Z,
right?
bcbiznews.com. And you can sign up for their to get these online sent to you. You can look at the archives and read some of the articles in there. And definitely read the one that he wrote about Let's Be Blunt and our
Appreciate
podcast. It was great. Enjoyed talking to him.
And it's everything in it is local, right? Blount County. I mean, it's really interesting, and kind of the print version of Let's Be Blunt podcast.
Yeah, kind of. That's right. So anyway, I thought we should shout, since we're shouting people out. Thanks to Jeff and Nicole for inviting us out to the beautiful property. Thanks to Robert, and I appreciate the write up. And do we have another guest?
As we usually do. Yep.
Yeah.
So Michelle McCauley with Movement Mortgage, all the M's. Well, we were going to do Monday Market Minute with Michelle McCauley from Movement Mortgage, but
it's Friday.
So it is Friday. So let's see what the interest rates are doing.
Hello, this is Michelle McCauley with Movement Mortgage, and I'm here with your mortgage market update. Mortgage rates are still hovering in the 6% range this week, with 30-year fixed right around 6.3%. The Federal Reserve did meet last week, and they have decided to hold rates steady for now, so we're all just watching economic reports very closely. The good news is that more homes are hitting the market, creating better opportunities for buyers this spring. If you're thinking about buying or even refinancing, getting pre-approved now keeps you ready for when the right opportunity appears. Call me at 865-806-6113 to get started.
There you go.
All right, Michelle.
Good.
Michelle.
Oh, wait. We have to end it with this, right? Oh, I always forget which one it is.
Michelle, the studio audience loves you every time.
Always. It's like a frenzy when she comes on.
It's interesting though, isn't it? Like she's got her finger on the pulse, but I don't hear as many people talking about interest rates anymore.
It is what it is now, I guess. Yeah.
It is what it is. And it's down a little bit from last year at this time, and it's up a little bit from earlier in the year. But I think people are talking about a lot of things, but it's not necessarily the interest rates. So I think that's probably a good thing, because I don't think we needed probably to focus as much on it as we did. It was just news because they had been so low. So anyway,
I think you're right. And
any other
to quote, who is it I quote?
I don't know, but I'm waiting. I love a good quote.
You marry the house, you date the rate.
Date the rate. That's right.
So, in other words, if you want a lower rate, if you wait for the house price, it's going to go up. But if you hang on, you can refinance the rate.
Yeah.
Seems like a good plan to me.
Was that not our good friend Sam Hurl who said that?
That was Sam Hurl. Yes, it was.
Yes. Okay.
Joe, Sam, Steve, all the names are out there.
Names. We got it.
That's our good friend Steve Hurl.
Michelle, everyone, Robert.
All the M's. So
who else can we mention? Hey, can we mention Topo Chico and their sparkling water, and can we get a sponsorship, something?
That is not up to us, but if they're out there,
Topo Chico,
I don't know why not?
Is there any Blount County sparkling water producers? We may need to go talk to them if there are.
There are people that sell Topo Chico. That's probably as close as you're going to get.
Yeah, probably. So
all right. Okay, this is going to be off topic now, but what is so good about Topo Chico?
Oh, I don't know. That's a great question, but it's
just
so
sparkling
good.
Water.
It's just, but it's got some flavor in it. Yeah, but it's
Does it
really
taste like
tasty.
Mountain Dew by any chance?
There might be some lemon lime. I don't know I don't even know what Mountain Dew tastes like, really.
Oh my gosh, Eric, don't go there, because I don't know what coffee tastes like. I'll get you to try Mountain Dew. You get me to try coffee, and it'll be the death of us.
Well, that's right. Hey, I know this is kind of a preview, but we got some really good guests coming up this summer.
Yes,
I mean, we've got some.
I was thinking
really
when we
good-
were talking about being in Townsend, we're going to be back in Townsend coming up. So
we're going to be back in Townsend. We're going to be downtown. We're all over Blount County, talking to some really good people. So
we got businesses, we got small, we got nonprofits, we got all kind of things coming up. So
Yep.
it'll be a good summer.
Anyway. But as for now, that's a wrap on another episode.
That's right. Join us in 2 weeks for our next one.
Who will our next guest be?
What topics will we cover?
And what's changed in the real estate market?
Nice job, Eric. Let's find out.
Thanks for listening to the Let's Be Blunt podcast. If you have questions or guest ideas, or if you'd like to sponsor a segment of our podcast, please send us an email at the Let's Be Blunt podcast at gmail.com.
I'm Brad Hepner.
And I'm Eric Rice.
And we call ourselves the Property Dads. As local realtors, we want you to know and love this community as much as we do. If you have questions about real estate, don't hesitate to call us at LeConte Realty at 865-268-4180. We'll be happy to help.